let's finish off the simple version of the game here. At the moment, the game doesn't really work properly because we just have 2 attacks from each monster. But really, in the logic of the game, what we would want, and I'll write this as a comment here, is continue attacks until one monster dies or faints or whatever the case may be. Bring him back with a magic potion later, maybe. And how do we actually do that? Well, a really easy way to do that is using a while loop. If I put while and then some sort of condition, let's say I did something like while 1 equals 1. This loop would actually go on forever because 1 is always going to be equal to 1. And in fact, Python will evaluate this to either true or false, and this will be true. So we can actually just write true here. And this loop, this is like a forever loop. So basically, while true is a forever loop. If I said while true, print hello, I think you can probably guess what's going to happen. It's just going to print millions of hellos. Um, if you can see the scroll bar, how many hellos it printed there. So we don't want it to just print hello forever, but let's do a very simple version of the game where, let's say we start with a player attack, and then we do an enemy attack. And this would just loop through again and again and again. Now, this is actually called a game loop. You might have heard that before. Most games, well, all games somewhere deep in their code will have a game loop that will loop through over and over and over again. Our one's quite simple here and probably not going to work that well because it'll go on forever, but let's give it a go. Which attack shall I use? Jump. Freddosaur uses jump. It inflicts 10 damage. Scary Dude's health is now 40. Scary Dude uses punch. It inflicts 13 damage. Your health is now 37. I'm just going to keep playing here. And while I'm playing it, maybe take a bit of a guess as to what's going to happen when health gets to 0. Scary Dude uses vomit. My health is 27. I'm going to use vomit. Okay, so Scary Dude's health is now -3. Yet miraculously, he comes out and hits me again. And this is never going to end. So what, instead of just saying while true, which will just continue forever, we can put some sort of condition in there. So for example, if I say while player health is greater than 0, and I can use the and keyword because there's one other condition, while enemy health is greater than 0, I will just 0. Now to test this, I'm actually going to start with 20 health each. Easier to test. And then after the end of the loop, I'll just say print game over. Again, we can do better later, but for the moment, that will suffice. Which attack shall I use? Hit. Freddosaur uses hit. It inflicts 11 damage. Scary Dude's health is now 9. Scary Dude uses vomit. It inflicts 15 damage. Your health is now 5. Which attack shall I use? Kick. Freddosaur uses kick. It inflicts 8 damage. Scary Dude's health is now 1. Scary Dude uses swipe. It inflicts 4 damage. Your health is now 1. Ooh, my goodness. Let's use punch. Freddosaur uses punch. It inflicts 8 damage. Scary Dude's health is now -7. Scary Dude uses swipe. It inflicts 11 damage. Your health is now -10. Okay. And then it says game over, and we're both dead. Well, the problem here is that Scary Dude died first, but he could still attack me afterwards, which doesn't make much sense. So I might just put in here one more little conditional statement that says if, so the player attacks, and then if enemy health is still greater than 0. Don't need those. And then indent this because it's a condition. If enemy health is still greater than 0, then do enemy attack. Otherwise, this is going to go to the top of the loop again, where the enemy health will fail this test and it'll go down to game over. So let's try that one. Which attack shall I use? Run. Fredisol uses run. It inflicts 17 damage. Scary Dude's health is now 3. Ooh. Knockout blow coming up. Spike. Uses spike. It inflicts 13 damage. Scary Dude's health is now -10. Game over. Okay. The only thing we might like to do is if we went back up into our enemy attack or player attack module here, instead of just printing with player health, okay, it says player health equals player health minus damage. What we could do is we could include something there like if player health is lower than 1, so it could be -20 or whatever, then make player health 0, and that would stop that weird situation where it says player's health is -15 or something. So there is the basis for the game. Of course, there are lots of things you could add to it and improve, and I'll probably put one more video up on that topic. Good luck.